All right, so the push-up is one of the most coveted strength exercises you can do. It's a full body exercise if you haven't figured that out by now, and it's really tough to get your first one. So we're gonna make sure you get that over the next couple of weeks. We're gonna go through first a progression of the different levels of push-up you can try before you get one. So first things first, Morgan's gonna be our little demo here. She's gonna find a straight arm plank. This is the very first version of a push-up I would suggest. And what she's gonna do, I'm actually gonna have her go legs together so we can get the most glute engagement we can. She's gonna pull her belly button up into her spine. And Morgan's just gonna keep everything the same, but drop her knees to the ground, just the knees. From here, she's gonna bring her elbows into her sides and just lay it down to the ground, to the dirty ground. After this, she's gonna press off her knees, come just off with the chest, Morgan. Yep, and then press off the knees to find that plank again. Good, one more time. She's gonna go knees down, chest up, and knees up. Good, you can pause here. And so that is the easiest version we're gonna start with. That's that rolling push-up. And you can do different versions of that. If you're feeling good to go strict down and just roll off the bottom, or you wanna roll down and try strict off the bottom, that is that first version. Next thing, you're gonna go into a hand release push-up. This would be level 2. So she's gonna find that straight arm plank again. And this is kind of what's talking about the strict down. She's gonna actually keep everything in one tight piece. She's just gonna controlled lower in one flat piece all the way to the ground to lay. And she's gonna lift her hands up just a little inch here. And what she's gonna do is squeeze everything, glutes and abs as much as she can. And she's just gonna kind of find a quick roll right off the ground. So try to find that plank position. Here we go. Nice, good, and relax. So you can tell it's a little bit harder on this one, but it forces you to have to just do what you need to get a straight, strict position off the ground, which is good. Next thing you can do, this will be level 3. We're gonna have you practicing the strict push-up, but with some assistance. So, couple ways to do this. You can use kind of that band you use for assisted pull-ups, kind of that thinner Rogue band. We'll link everything down below. You can use something like this, like a slingshot, which would go around the arms. This one's too small, but it's gonna be something with resistance that actually keeps your elbows into the side. She also has a long sleeve over here, definitely works as well. And what Morgan could do is just tie, I'll kind of show you, just put your arms out in front of you. Basically creates resistance right above the elbows here. She would tie it. And what would happen is then she can practice elbows in, assisted strict push-up down. So we won't get into all that, but that's something you can do to practice. Now we're gonna go into a strict push-up itself. We're gonna start on an elevated surface and then move it down to the ground. All right, now let's get you one of these strict push-ups. I'm gonna ask for some dedicated time to work on those push-ups, nothing out of the ordinary with your training schedule. That is gonna remain the same. You're still running, you're still doing your workouts as you would. We are gonna give a little bit of time to the push-up for 3 days out of the week. So, what you're gonna do on that first week 1 and 2 is for 3 days, you're gonna spend 30 seconds at a time working on whatever level of the progression scale you're on of the push-up. You're gonna take adequate rest and do 5 sets of that. So for example, if I was in the rolling push-up phase, for 30 seconds on the clock, I would practice just knees down, chest off, knees off, knees down, chest down, whatever level you're at. If you're someone who's working on that hand release push-up, you do that for the 30 seconds. You rest 2 to 3 minutes or whenever you're feeling ready to go again, 5 sets of that. And you're gonna do that 3 days this week. That's for weeks 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're at weeks 3 and 4. You're gonna keep that same thing. 3 days out of the week, you're gonna work on this. But now we're gonna have you dabbling in one level above what you're comfortable on the progression scale. So at the start of each session, I'm gonna have you do 10 attempts at one level up. So say I was on that hand release push-up. That was what was feeling comfortable on the weeks 1 and 2. What I would do is start week 3, my session with 10 attempts at maybe a banded push-up, or if I wanted to try that strict push-up on a raised surface. So 10 attempts, as much time as you need for that. You're just gonna kind of practice. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's something to get you comfortable there. Then you're gonna go into your main set, which will be 5 rounds of 6 push-ups at the level you are comfortable at. So probably something you were doing at the end of week 2. So that's just gonna be 6 quality reps. You rest as long as you need, couple minutes, you go back into it for 5 sets. I am confident that after 4 weeks, many of you will be really close to that strict push-up. So in the final 2 weeks of this progression, weeks 5 and 6, I'm gonna have you combine mind with body and really work on that mental grit, that strict strength to really push out those reps to get as close as possible to the strict push-up. So what you're gonna do is just 2 days out of the week, you're gonna accumulate 30 reps of a push-up. Again, you're gonna work at the scale that you're comfortable with, but I want you to work as close to the strict push-up as you can. Small sets, a lot of rest, and really just focusing on quality reps through the whole time. This will be at your pace. The main thing I want you to focus on is core engagement, pulling that belly button into the spine. I love that hand release push-up for this fact. You have to engage the core to get yourself off the ground strict. So always going back to that one to relearn, but that is gonna be the key to getting you nice and strict down and up on that push-up. I know you can do it. You know guys, before I started filming this video, I couldn't do a strict push-up. And look at me now. I'm obviously kidding, but I know that you guys can get this if you follow along and stay motivated with us. If you want to get a little extra motivation, click over here. We did a really fun $500 push-up challenge where people did push-ups for money. That always helps you get motivated to do anything. And of course, click down in the description because we have a whole community of runners in our mobile app, free workouts in there. Go in there and meet everybody and get motivated to get this push-up and of course run a lot better, stronger, faster. I will see you guys in the next video. You know guys, I can't get through it. I'm gonna laugh too hard. Oh. You know guys, before I started, I was like making her filming. Which word should I say? I got it.
I started filming this, okay.
I couldn't remember what word I was gonna say. Okay.